they just didn't believe it because she was younger and she was special, you know. But being a sub, I taught everybody to call me, you know.
Right.
So I said, I surely did. I taught you. And she said, I told you so.
So let me ask you this. Your regular classroom, you didn't have special students?
No. Well, that's the year. Have you ever heard about streamlining?
Tell me about it.
Streamlining. The special ed teachers would place some of the students in regular classrooms.
Okay, we call that inclusion now.
Okay.
So it was streamlining then.
I did have some, and we had to keep a record of, you know, what they did and everything.
Okay.
So we call that's what we call it then.
Streamlining. Okay.
I got a little recognition thing somewhere here that where the leader of that, the special ed teachers, I was recognized.
Oh wow.
I wanted to teach everybody, you know. It didn't matter.
Right.
And then we had what we call half step.
Okay.
They made progress, but they didn't make a whole grade.
Okay.
So they would have some teachers to teach them.
Okay.
I've had half step.
Okay. Wow.
That's what we called it way back.
Now I understand your husband, Mr. Marcus, was a community activist.
Right.
In Pelham, or Camilla.
Camilla in Mitchell County.
Right. Okay. And I'm told that he was a part of that he helped to facilitate the historic walkout.
Yes.
Tell me about that. And do you remember the period?
It might have been. It had to be in the 70s, right?
Okay.
In the 70s, you know, that was. I'm telling you, talking about some praying.
Okay.
And that was my first experience with fasting.
Okay.
Because I was so scared.
Okay.
I wasn't much help to me.
Okay.
I regret it now. I think about it.
Okay.
I was just too scared because I had boys. And I know how. I knew, and I know now how. Black boys have to be careful. You have to be careful with your sons.
Okay.
And I thought that would be like a repercussion on them, which in some instances it was.
Okay.
You know, suffering because of the part that your dad is doing, and you are his son, and I was trying to save my son.
Okay. So what was the historic walkout all about?
I think now it was really about not being treated equally in the school.
So I'm assuming
I think
this
they
was
tried to have a program.
Okay.
Wanted to have some kind of Black History program, and they refused it. That way. I tried to find something relative to that, but that is the gist of it.
Okay, so this was during integration.
Right.
Okay.
The beginning.
Okay.
You know.
Wow. Okay.
And they planned it, or tried to plan it, and there was a lot of confusion and a lot of, you know, scary times. They had to transport the children in different areas of the county and make sure that they got home, and they had cars to take them home because the buses weren't running. And some of the people of the county, you know, participated. NAACP really. He was the first president of the NAACP in Mitchell County. And it was like a bad, scary time. The kids were frustrated, you know, and everybody was frustrated, and they hit some of the children, or attempted to beat some of the children. And my husband, they often said that he told the sheriff to kill him. He had the pistol to his head. He told me about it. He said he was willing to die for this child.
Wow.
You know, the child was hit. by the sheriff
Okay.
of the county. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And
And
it
you
was-
were teaching at that time
Yes,
in the very
yes,
county where this was going
yes,
on.
I was teaching. We had transferred from out here to Denton Rounds. We have a school out there. It's out there now,
Okay.
right next to our property,
Okay.
called Denton Reynolds. That was
Okay.
named for my teacher, a teacher, Mr. Reynolds, that lived in the old house right over there.
Okay.
She lived there, and I lived right there where that trailer is now.
Okay.
We hadn't built this house, my
Okay.
husband and I. But anyway, they closed our school, Denton Rounds, which was 1 through 8,
Okay.
and we had to go down there. There were places for us that made to teach down there. So they
Okay.
closed all the county schools, and they just had built these schools,
Okay.
which were really ideal,
Uh-huh.
because we could, we taught our children everything, how to
Okay.
eat properly, and
Okay.
just so many things that they would miss in a larger setting,
Okay.
school setting. Uh-huh.
Were these all black schools?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So they closed those.
and
Okay.
left the one white school
Okay.
open here.
And that's where all of the school students then had to attend.
In Camilla,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Okay.
But, they had just a little, I don't guess, they had integration at first. Before they closed the school, anybody could send their child to
Okay.
those people who dared to
Okay.
send them
Uh-huh.
to the schools. We had about 3 families.
Okay.
And my husband sent one of our sons,
Uh-huh.
their second son,
Uh-huh.
over to the white school. This school is operating now, the very same building.
Okay.
It's a charter school now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He in Bakerton.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Wow.
So our second son went for, I think it was 2 years before the real integration, where we had to close our school and everybody go to Camilla.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. How far is Camilla from here?
10 miles.
Okay. So the students were transported.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, by bus.
Okay.
By bus.
Okay. Were there any repercussions against you for your husband's participation?
Not directly, but indirectly.
Okay.
The blacks here, black men of Bakerton, formed a business called Bakerton Enterprise. They closed the white store downtown. I forget now what really happened, but they closed because of the black people wouldn't buy. My husband was spearheading that.
Oh, wow.
So that
Wow.
store had to close.
Okay.
And one day, the second son that went to school up there,
Uh-huh.
he kept the store for his father in the evenings.
Okay.
And somebody put some type of little bomb in there. It blew up the cash register, but some of him being like 14 or 15 or something like that, I think maybe he was that age. He was out talking to his friends, and that place where he would have been standing
Wow.
would have disfigured him. It might not have killed him, but it was some kind of ball fixed up,
Oh, wow.
So they never did anything about it.
Wow.
My husband's lawyer, he was, a good friend of his. My husband thought well of him,
Okay.
a white lawyer.
Uh-huh.
I think he knew, but he was trying to protect Clayton as much as he could.
Okay.
He
Okay.
had a lot of confidence
Oh, wow.
in Clayton, and he really had a lot of confidence in this lawyer,
Wow.
the lawyer Van.
Wow. Now, when you, Julian was sharing with us about the contract when your husband was
Bought the chicken.
right,
Oh.
and how you felt thinking that you were losing your home because that was part of the loan package.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Time and I wanted progress, you know. But I was just scared because a lot of people was jumping for this farm, chicken farming. You know? And I observed that a lot of the white people wasn't talking too much about it.
Okay.
But he was real daring. My husband was brave, and he tried. I said, try anything.
Okay.
Don't try that. And he sent Julian to me. Yeah, I was subbing then.
Okay.
And I just finally gave over. I just cried. I couldn't help it because I couldn't see us getting into it, you know, which I thought was so deep. But then I joined him, and he always complimented me. He said, I didn't know Glenn could work. I helped to pick up the chickens, you know, you have to keep it clean. I just did all of that, and I enjoyed it. So for years, he and I ran it.
Really?
When the tornado struck Camilla, it was early in the morning. We were going to pick up the chickens, you know. There was nothing in Camilla. Just, so what happened? We had slept all night, you know.
Yeah.
And we were going, the way we go, it was a Goodson Road where the tornado had just flattened across 19 in the section of the country, of the county, where the rich, you know, people live. And that was, a lot of those houses flattened too.
Wow.
And we couldn't say a tornado. That was my first experience of a tornado coming through. And we kept on down there to see if we had anything left. I just knew, you know, I was always pessimistic about anything concerning that. I said, oh Lord, I know we don't even have a chicken house. But they were all in place.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
So what do you think of how your son has maintained the farm?
He was the only one, and I admired him. Because his daddy wanted it to continue. And he was the only one that would do it. And I could understand. I didn't feel bad about, you know, toward the others. Because I had felt the same way, you know, about it. To be daring, and I said, take a chance on and then have faith, you know.
Of course.
Taught me how to have faith in God. Really.
Okay.
That's one underlying thing.
Okay.
So I want to tell you about the time we'd be in different houses. I'd be in one house and he would be in the other. So one Sunday morning, real early, we'd get up and then we'd go to church, you know, do that work. I fell and I broke my finger, and I just started crying and hollering, Clayton. And he wouldn't answer. He didn't answer me. He said, when he found out I had broken my finger, he said, Glenn, I'm so sorry. Say, I heard you, but you used to call me so much. He couldn't keep, he said, I didn't answer, and I'm so sorry. And he got me and took me to the hospital for this little broken finger that morning. And he wouldn't let me go back anymore.
To the chicken
work.
house. Really? Really?
Anymore.
What year was
want me
that?
to go back.
Do you remember what year that
I
was?
sure can't remember exactly what year.
It's probably 2002, 2001. Yeah. 2000 somewhere.
No. You can't.
This is while I was in Mexico.
Had gotten, you know, like somebody to help that he could depend on. I wanted to go back though.
Julian went to Mexico.
Yes.
Did you approve of that?
You know, no place away from me.
Okay.
And where was that, in England?
Yeah.
Were you in England?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a teacher that was very good and seemed to have taken an interest at Fort Valley
Okay.
in him.
Norma Givens.
You know.
Oh, you mentioned her. Okay.
Yeah, she was, he had a lot of confidence in her.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my alma mater too.
Fort Valley.
Mm-hmm.
What did you?
46. That's when I finished.
1946.
That's when I was 21.
Really?
And you know who I used to pack on my back? Julian Bond.
Okay.
His father was president at that time.
Wow.
And he went to school down the street,
Okay.
preschool.
Uh-huh.
And there was a bell then. We had to go to lunch. We ate 3 times a day.
Uh-huh.
And we had to make in that lunchroom, dining hall, we call it then.
Okay.
You had to be on time.
Okay.
And I was caught several times with him on my back. And he was a real smart little boy. I guess Julian was about 3.
Uh-huh.
And maybe 2. But he, during wartime, he said, Miss Oliver, is that a B? The name of the plane, you know, is that a B-26 or whatever plane, you know. I said, I don't know what it is, I said, I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is.
Right.
I got to get to eat. You know. I had to get to lunch.
Right.
And I would take him to the door.
Wow.
And his mother, he had a beautiful mother.
Wow.
She would receive him.
Okay.
And a lot of times I took him and took him on to the lunchroom. Well, I didn't take him in because we couldn't take him in, but some fellows would be out there, and I think about how dangerous that was now, you know, to leave kids in somebody else's care till I could get out of the eat.
Oh, wow.
As I had to eat, I had no money.
Right.
And I was the lady that hired us. She was a Miss Clark, and she lived there in Fort Valley. She was hired by the Board of Education.
Uh-huh.
So she hired Evelyn, I can't remember her name, the last name, but I got $14 a month for that.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And that helped.
For keeping him?
Keeping that, going to that school.
Oh, okay.
Our job was, she would leave, and in the evenings we would go.
Okay.
You know, to help her with those children, the main teacher.
Okay.
And sometimes the main teacher would leave.
Okay.
And we would be stuck there until they picked the kids up.
Okay.
But you see, I just brought Julian because nobody picked him up. I had to take him home. He was the president.
Okay.
President's
son, you know, and nobody picked him up, but I had to take him. You had to be responsible. You know. That's the only little boy that I can remember that I had to take home.
Okay. So
and
you
it
taught.
was because I stayed on campus and the president's home was right across from the dormitory.
Okay.
I taught
and,
in
well,
46 I graduated.
Right, so you taught
from the
40s to the 70s.
50s, 60s, 70s, 85 I retired.
Okay, wow.
85 I retired.
Wow, what was that like coming through all those different eras? I mean, that's not just changing administration.
Yeah.
That's changing times.
Different, and the approaches, the kids, when I first started, you know, kids were so humble and they were hungry for knowledge.
Right.
I thought they were, and I tried to give them as many experiences as I could.
Okay.
Because see, I was born here in Bakerton, in the country, you know.
Okay.
But every opportunity that I had to take the kids from Bakerton, we took them to Atlanta, you know,
wow.
to Six Flags,
Okay.
way back, you know.
Uh-huh.
And that was really something. And we took them a lot of places, and we gave them a lot of experiences that we thought would help them.
Okay.
And the parents were so cooperative.
Uh-huh.
And everybody, I taught a lot of kids at first that they didn't want to call me Miss.
Okay.
You know, they were just that old.
Okay.
My cousins and things.
Okay. Okay.
They was just say, I ain't gonna call her no Miss, I'm gonna call her Dean.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But my cousins, you know, their parents say, oh yes you are. You
Okay.
gonna call her Miss.
Okay. Okay. What
So
grade
really
did you
nice.
teach?
Well, I taught from 4 through 8.
Okay.
4
Okay.
through 8, and it continued when we went to come up. I did 8th grade most, 7th and 8th grade.
Okay. What subject?
Social studies
Okay.
and language arts.
Okay.
I really liked language arts. I thought I was better in that than.
Okay. Do you
And
remember?
Georgia history.
Oh,
I
yeah.
stayed with that a long time.
Okay.
When we integrate.
Okay.
that here.
Georgia history.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So we did a lot of trips.
Any favorite recitations? Any favorite poems that you would have students to memorize?
Oh yes, I did.
Dash.
A Psalm of Life. That was one of them. We sure did. And Kennedy's speech. Ask not what your country can do for you.
Uh-huh.
We had that. I used to take the Instructor.
Okay.
That was a magazine for teachers back then.
Okay.
Probably
Uh-uh.
by the Instructor.
Okay.
Well, you had to have the Instructor, and a lot of that would be in there. In
Okay.
that Instructor.
Can you
And I
recite
remember
one for
when
us?
I can recite a Psalm of Life.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Tell me not. That's PSALM,
Okay.
a psalm.
Okay.
Tell me not in mournful numbers. Life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In this world broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb-driven cattle. Be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bear its dead. Act in the living present, heart within and God overhead. Lives of great men are all reminders. Let us make our lives sublime and depart, leaving behind us footprints on the sand of time. Footprints that perhaps another sailing old lifestyle of man, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother seen, might take heart again. Let us then be up and doing with the heart of any faith, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. We have to wait on.
Wow.
Wow. Wasn't that beautiful?
Wow.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful.
Do it, Mom.